mind. It's what I've become without a song. This is an endless night. I can't deny it, I can't just fake it. I only know how to pull myself apart. Let it this is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. This is my last resort. I cut my life into pieces. I've reached my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong, would it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I contemplated suicide. Cause I'm losing my side, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sides, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. I never realized I was spread too thin, till it was too late and I was empty within. Hungry, feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love from another. Searching to find a lover on a higher level. Finding nothing but questions and devil. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. Cause I'm losing my side, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sides, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I can't go on
What a Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. 25 years of D-Generation X. I know every one of you right now waiting for me at the OTS venue is a low-key degenerate. Season premiere of Monday Night Raw felt like a Raw after WrestleMania, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Why is this new administration getting it right? But the old administration was fucking clueless. Now you see the difference between people that care and people that did not care. Seth Rollins won the United States Championship from Bobby Lashley because of the return, again, of Brock Lesnar. We got DX on the show making dick jokes to open the show. We got no Bray Wyatt, which I will talk about tonight, but all signs and all roads point to Friday Night SmackDown. I'll give you the reason why that is. We got the return of Gallows and Anderson. My goodness, man, that was fucking awesome. AJ Styles now has backup against Judgment Day. And Elias is back next week. I'm back after a very successful week last week, man. And we're going right to the place everybody wants to be, and that's the OTS venue, man. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. But I got one question for you guys before we get out of here. What the fuck are you guys drinking on this Monday night? We're going to the venue, and I'll see you guys over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw season premiere post show for October 10th, 2022. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the beautiful OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. Man, did that show fly by tonight? I felt like I wasn't even watching Monday Night Raw. It started at 8, it was over by 11, and it didn't really feel like 3 hours, man. I guess this is what happens when you book Monday Night Raw right. Triple H gave us a Monday Night Raw tonight that was on par with what a Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania feels like. And my question is, am I mentality is, if this felt like a Raw after WrestleMania, what is the Raw after WrestleMania going to feel like? I don't know. I thought tonight was a very enjoyable show, man. I thought tonight's show was definitely a 2 thumbs up show. There's a lot that happened tonight. I don't even know where to begin. A lot happened tonight. We got the hype of Bray Wyatt coming out of Extreme Rules on Saturday. WWE never advertised him for Monday night. So for everybody online, and I was a part of that, I'll give you my reasons in a little bit. WWE never advertised Bray Wyatt for Monday night. So if you are upset about Bray Wyatt not being on Monday night, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You put that position on yourself to be upset. WWE never advertised him. They actually advertised him tonight for Friday, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. And I will go over why I thought Bray should have at least gave us a vignette or something on the show tonight. We got another QR code, and we got a video tease, and it's all leading to Friday Night SmackDown, which Monday night, I mean, if Bray Wyatt was on this show, there was a lot of shit on this show that could easily get Bray Wyatt lost in the shuffle. So if you are a Bray Wyatt fan, you're probably thanking WWE for not putting him on this show tonight. The biggest thing that happened tonight was the return of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, 2 individuals who were fired by the old administration for whichever reason, I don't know, none of my business. Not really all that important, being that they are back now in the WWE with a nice little caveat. If you are Carl Anderson, AJ Styles has enlisted the Good Brothers. The Bullet Club is in WWE. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows, they are now going to do battle against the Judgment Day. And how this is going to play out going into Survivor Series, I don't know yet, but it definitely got a hell of a lot more interesting. We will go over that and my reaction to that. I thought that was excellent. Excellent pickup by WWE to pair them together against Judgment Day. And like I said, a nice little caveat, if you are Carl Anderson, he is the IWGP Never Openweight Champion. So he's still holding a New Japan Pro Wrestling Championship title. Does this mean that WWE now has a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling? We saw on social media tonight, New Japan Pro Wrestling retweeting the WWE account and the happenings on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. Did Triple H facilitate a New Japan WWE semi-partnership here? We will talk about that a little bit later on in the show, but those 2 men are back, and Triple H adds yet another trio to the WWE. And I'm very excited about that, not knowing if we're going to get trios championships or not, but the door is definitely open, and the reason for these trios is not because of Survivor Series and Survivor Series only. So we will talk about all that in just a little bit. The other big thing that happened tonight was Brock Lesnar's back. Brock Lesnar showed up just in time for Saudi Arabia. That's the only reason why he's back. Brock Lesnar is back in time for another massive payday from the Prince of Saudi Arabia. And WWE's got to factor him into the show somehow. The Prince probably gave them a call this week. Hey, you got Lesnar for the show in a month. What are we doing with Brock? We got to get Brock on the show. So WWE calls Brock up. They invite him to New York City. At the Barclays Center, they set up a program with Bobby Lashley, and that's it. That's it. Brock Lesnar was there. He returned. He destroyed Bobby Lashley as Seth Rollins was the recipient of a Brock Lesnar major assist. I haven't seen assists like this since John Stockton and Karl Malone, bro. This is Seth Rollins reaping the benefits of Brock Lesnar. He is now the United States Heavyweight Champion, and Bobby Lashley is on a collision course for Crown Jewel and Brock Lesnar, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with that at all. So Lesnar's back, and they factored that into the already illogical booking coming on into this show with this Rollins and Bobby Lashley match anyway. So they tried to make the best of it by including Brock Lesnar in this entire thing. Monday Night Raw tonight was a very, very focused show. It did not overstay its welcome with the DX campy comedy. It did not give us, Triple H and Road Dogg and Shawn Michaels and X-PAC. I am actually quite disappointed we didn't get Daddy Ass chance in Brooklyn. I'm very disappointed in you, New York. I really am. When we need you to step up, you never come through in the clutch and you never deliver, man. Just ask the fucking New York Mets and Buck Showalter. Too early for that? Was it too early for that joke? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mets fans. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, there's always next year, man. There's always next year. But listen, you get an early start over everybody else on the golf courses down in Tampa. Or Fort Lauderdale, wherever fucking the Mets go and do spring training. Is it too early? I don't know, man. How many people did I upset about that? I don't listen. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. San Diego's tough. San Diego's tough, man. Now we can all collectively root against the Yankees. That's the way it goes, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Listen, at least I'm not asking you about Nikki, the fuck is her name? My God, Trash. At least I'm not asking you about Nikki Trash, man. There you go. Yeah, you got the night off. You got the night off, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're the Mets. Meet the Mets. Whatever. I'm in some mood tonight, man. Listen, let's get to the fucking music, man. Let's get the fuck out. Let's get this show on the road, man. Jesus Christ. My boy Vandelli, bro. Listen, I'm sorry. I had to do it, bro. I know he's watching somewhere. Listen, man, the Braves got a tough time, man. They got the Phillies. The Phillies are not easy. For all I know, the Braves may lose to the Phillies. We may be looking at a Phillies and Padres NLCS, man. Imagine that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Guardian, I'm sorry. Listen, bro, I'm sorry, man. I know you're a Mets fan, too, bro. My grandma's a Mets fan, bro. She called me tonight. She was sad. I don't want my grandma sad. She's like, did you see the Met game last time? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Grandma, I watched it. They got shut out. One hit. The fuck is going on? Anyway, guys, listen. I can officially say that we hit 138,000 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so very much, man. Officially hit 138,000. I'm sorry, Issa. Listen, I know you're not a Mets fan. I'm sorry about the Yankees comment. Listen, I'll be watching. I'll be watching. We can't disappoint Roman. No, not that Roman. The little Roman. We can't disappoint. Okay. Yeah, meet the mess. Meet the mess. Anyway, guys, 138,000 subscribers, man. Officially right now during this stream. Thank you guys very much. Now we are on our way to 139. Appreciate you all very much. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done so. Hit that thumbs up. We got 3,000 in the venue. Haven't even said anything yet. I need 1,000 minimum. 1,000 likes minimum on the Monday Night Raw post show. I will not be here next Monday. There will be no live stream. There will not be a Monday Night Raw live stream on Monday. There will not be a Tuesday Night Dynamite live stream on Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday. We will go live when I get back. Where am I going? I'm going to have an ice-cold Guinness in the fine country of Ireland. I will be in Dublin. I'm legitimately taking a break for myself, man. I need to be like Buddy Matthews and Aleister Black or Malachi Black and recalibrate. So I'm going to recalibrate with Guinness and Jameson. All joking aside, I will not be here Monday. So I say this. Let the boredom begin. Because without me, who the fuck are you going to watch? Fightful? Come on, man. You ain't going over there, man. Come on. No Monday Night Raw post show next week, so get used to it. And don't ask me, oh, where is this? Why are you live? So I'll be back on, actually, I'll be back on Wednesday, but there's no show on Wednesday, so I will go live as soon as I get back to New York. Make sure you guys get those super chats in. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Memberships are open. I'm always accepting applications to the VIP club, man. Hit that channel join button and become a channel member right here on OTS. And tonight's show sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Code SCRIPTS20 at checkout for 20% off and free shit. Yeah, you guys could go watch Jason. As long as you come back to me the following week, that's fine. And go check out the Extreme Rules Pro Show. We did unbelievable, man. 4,000 likes, over 50,000 views. Thank you guys very much for all of that support there. It was a tremendous, tremendous weekend with the return of Bray Wyatt. Tyson Clark, you better watch your fucking mouth, man. I don't do that on this channel. I do not bury Solomonster ever on this channel. We love Solomonster. Solomonster's actually been over the house to have whiskey and dinner. So you can end that fucking narrative right then and there. Or you could go watch Jesse. I don't give a shit. Jesse may be live next week for AEW Dynamite. I will not be here. I will obviously be discussing more on that as the days go on. But let's get down to business tonight, man. We got Monday Night Raw opening up with the Bloodline. Roman Reigns finally showed up to work on Monday Night Raw for the first time in God knows how long. Roman Reigns comes out. He's with the Bloodline, Jimmy J, Solo, Paul Heyman, and the honorary Uce, Sami Zayn. So Reigns is in the ring. He does his shtick. He's asking Brooklyn to acknowledge him. He said he doesn't like to dwell in the past, but he can't get past Friday for some reason. He said a long time ago, his father taught him that the loudest in the room is the weakest in the room. I guess that applies to me too, right? Is Roman talking about me? I'm not loud. I can be loud when I want to, but it doesn't matter, man. When I'm loud, that means I'm right, more likely than not. So he said, if you're the loudest in the Bloodline, that makes you the fool. And then he looks over at Jey Uso. Jey Uso is looking at Roman Reigns like, what? What are you talking about? Me? Jey, are you a fool? Jey didn't answer. So Roman Reigns began talking, and all of a sudden, Sami Zayn stepped in and apologized for interrupting. Fans, loud reaction for Sami Zayn tonight. So Heyman, soon as Sami Zayn gets in there and apologizes for interrupting, he does interrupt and apologize. Paul Heyman said, are you out of your mind interrupting the tribal chief? Sami said Roman told him Friday that Jey isn't his problem anymore, but rather Sami's problem now. So Sami's basically telling Roman, listen, you told me on Friday Night SmackDown that Jey Uso is my problem, not your problem. So I'm happy to take care of that for you so you don't have to worry about this. Roman Reigns stood there with an angry expression on his face, and then he starts smiling. And he starts laughing at Sami Zayn. He really is an honorary Uce. He's all yours. He's all yours. Roman goes to the corner with Paul Heyman, and he's leaning against the ropes. His night is done. He doesn't have to worry about anything. So Sami said his behavior, he's talking to Jey Uso. He says his behavior hasn't been very Uce lately. So this is what he does. Sami went over to Solo. Who stood there with his arms crossed, and he's just no-selling everything. Sami says he's serious, but he's also kind of cool. Jimmy, Jimmy is cool. Jimmy smiled, and Sami said, who doesn't like Jimmy Uso? Who doesn't like Jimmy Uso, man? We're all pretty cool in the bloodline, Sami said. We just need you, Jay, to be cool. Do you think you could be cool? Jay asks Roman. Jay didn't even acknowledge Sami at this point. Jay sidesteps Sami, looks over at Roman. Us, are you serious? Are you trolling me right now? Is this a joke? He said, they're family. What is going on? Sami interrupted him again and said, listen, I don't want to be that guy. And all of a sudden, the segment was ruined. Matt Riddle comes out, and I have no problem with Matt Riddle. I'm a fan of Matt Riddle. But Matt Riddle comes out, seemingly interrupting the segment, and in my honest opinion, ruined the flow of the segment. Riddle says that they're talking about last Friday, but they should be talking about this past Saturday where he beat Seth Rollins in the fight pit. I don't know what he has to do with the bloodline now. I know he had something to do with the bloodline with Randy Orton, and what his win over Seth Rollins has to do with anything here. So he comes out and he talks about his win over Seth Rollins in the middle of official bloodline business. I don't really get this. So he said he knows there's a stipulation in place right now, as long as Roman is the champion, that he can't face Roman for the championship again. But he asked for one more shot. Roman said, Brooklyn, should we give him one more chance tonight? He waited a little bit and he said, Nah, we're not going to give him a championship match. He said he should stay in the back of the line like everybody else. Riddle asked if one of his bloodline bros will step up. Fans started chanting for Sami. So this obviously tickled Jey Uso. And Jey Uso was actually happy about this because I thought Sami was going to make a reference to Jey Uso. Yeah, Jey Uso is going to step up and wrestle Matt Riddle. But we've seen that 1,000 fucking times already. We don't want to see that again. So Sami scolded, not like we haven't seen Roman, or rather Riddle and Sami 1,000 fucking times, but I'd rather see Sami and Riddle than Jey Uso and Matt Riddle. But Sami said, yes, I will take this responsibility. Sami scolded Riddle for saying yeet. Everybody was chanting yeet in the chat. Or in the arena. In the chat, too. I just seen you guys going on a yeet rant. He said, that's a bloodline thing. Please stop saying yeet. Fans began chanting yeet. Riddle said yeet again. Jay said Riddle just disrespected you, Sami. He disrespected you. Who's you going to take that? So Jay is egging Sami on to take this match. Sami said, yes, I accept. And Riddle said, good. I accept, too. So this all started over Matt Riddle disrespecting the bloodline by saying what they say, and that is yeet. And that's the way the segment came to a close. This segment was trending towards great up until Matt Riddle came out. I honestly feel like Matt Riddle deflated the entire segment. I get that Matt Riddle was sent out there to pretty much set up what was the main event of the show, the last match of the night on Monday Night Raw. But there had to be a better way to go about getting there than building this match off of yeet and Matt Riddle angering Sami Zayn and the bloodline for saying yeet. And I've already said yeet way too many times for this one individual review. I did feel like Riddle deflated the segment, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to Matt Riddle. I mean that in a way talking about bloodline business. We are all so invested in bloodline business that Jey Uso and Sami Zayn have been the two most captivating characters on WWE TV with what's going on right now in the bloodline. We all see where this is going. And we got, before Riddle came out, the next phase of Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. And Matt Riddle put a stop to that. I think we are all anticipating the next phase of this, and we're all anticipating the further, I guess, deterioration of the relationship with the bloodline and Sami Zayn, that we want to see this move forward. And I know we have to be patient, and I know we have to be vigilant in this. We're going to get there, and the time is going to be right. And Sami is going to be the biggest fucking babyface in the entire company when this is all said and done. But I feel like everybody was so invested in what was going on that, honestly, it felt like a pin popping a balloon in that segment when Matt Riddle came out. Not that it was a bad segment, but Matt Riddle didn't really do any favors to the overall feeling of the opening of Raw. Now, Roman Reigns stepping aside and letting Jey Uso take care of this is also another factor that kind of takes it to the next level. Sami Zayn is going to eventually upset Roman Reigns. And Jey Uso is trying to tell the Bloodline, I don't trust this guy. This guy isn't us. Look at him fail. So now, when Sami Zayn, all these weeks, wanted to become an honorary Uso, he wanted to be accepted by the Bloodline, and Jey Uso was giving him a hard time, Roman embraced him, and Roman gave him the title personally. Now the story is Jey Uso is going to do anything he can to make Sami Zayn look bad, and he's going to try and get back in Roman Reigns' good graces. Now, the whole thing tonight is, with the match between Riddle and Sami Zayn, the one thing that Roman said is, you better ensure that Sami Zayn wins tonight. Jey Uso is going to be reamed for this as well. Mark my words, Sami Zayn losing tonight is not going to be blamed on Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns is all over the place. He sees everything. He's going to know, and it's going to get back to him, that Jey Uso did not follow instructions. He held Jimmy Uso back, and Sami Zayn lost when Roman said, Sami Zayn needs to win this match. It is your job to ensure him that he wins. And he did not. So the further deterioration of the relationship with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns is going to happen. Sami Zayn is going to look like the good guy here. And everybody's waiting for that one moment when Sami Zayn has the utmost top priority responsibility, and he lets everybody down. And it's going to be that one moment. Don't know what it's going to be. A championship match, war games, we don't know. That's going to prove Jey Uso to be right. And that's what everybody's hoping for. And when we get that beatdown of Sami Zayn, the crowd is going to be so sympathetic towards Sami Zayn that it's going to be absolutely the most, I don't want to say the biggest babyface turn in all of WWE, but it's going to be one of the biggest babyface turns that we've seen of the modern era. And that's where it is right now. Sami Zayn is getting reactions that rival his time in NXT. He's never experienced anything like this on the main roster. Right now, he is the most over babyface on the entire roster. He is right now at the peak of his WWE main roster run, and he may be the most interesting character in all of pro wrestling. I love this. But Matt Riddle didn't really do this segment any favors. Johnny Gargano. He went one-on-one with Austin Theory, and this has been weeks in the making, and we finally got their first one-on-one match in WWE. Being that this is the first match of the night, I listened, and I sat through hour 1, I sat through hour 2, I sat through hour 3. And your opinion may be different than mine. But I want to mention it here, otherwise I'm going to forget, because in all honesty, I would rather like to forget what I heard. Kevin Patrick is the new voice of WWE. I had no problem with him whatsoever on Raw Talk. I had no problem with him whatsoever on the kickoff shows. I had no problem with him at all in a backstage interviewer capacity. Kevin Patrick tonight did an abysmal job as play-by-play commentator for Monday Night Raw. So much so that Corey Graves, thank God Corey Graves was there. Corey Graves was basically the anchor that saved this ship for Monday Night Raw as far as the commentary is concerned. Now, I get it. It's week 1. It's week 1. If people are going to zing me on my opinion after 1 week with the argument of, well, you got to give it a chance. You got to give it at least a month. Listen, if I taste something for the first time and I don't like it, I'm not going to try it next week and the week after that and the week after that. the more you ask me to taste it, I'm not going to want it even more. I've already tasted it, and I told you I did not like it. I've already heard him, and I'm going to tell you I don't like it. He does not embody what Monday Night Raw needs as a play-by-play voice. Corey Graves is great at what he does, but he's not a play-by-play commentator. He is a color commentator. He is there to accent the play-by-play. He is there to add color to the play-by-play. Corey Graves basically was play-by-play and color commentary tonight because Kevin Patrick did not accentuate what was going on in the ring. He didn't add anything to the discussion. He didn't call moves in the ring. He didn't do anything. He sounded as lifeless as anybody I've ever heard on comment. You know, when he speaks, people think that he's enthusiastic and he's exciting. That's not enthusiastic and exciting to me. That's not. This is going to be an utter failure on commentary. And I don't mean that for everything the guy does. He's just not cut out for it. It's like Renee Young. WWE, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard put Renee Young on commentary, and she sucked. That doesn't mean Renee Young is just awful at everything she does. She's just not cut out for that at all. Kevin Patrick is not cut out for commentary. I don't know who made this decision and gave him the role, but I think whoever listened to this show tonight is probably second-guessing themselves on why they put him in that position. WWE has had a very difficult time finding a voice on Monday Night Raw, and this guy is not it at all. Makes me wonder why they let Tom Phillips go. Why did they let Tom Phillips go? I don't get it. Tom Phillips is over there on... Oh, my God, man. Tom Phillips is doing commentary for Impact. Oh, my God, man. Yeah, how many people watched Victory Row? What was it? Bound for Glory, right? How many people watched Bound for Glory, man? On Friday night, they went head-to-head with SmackDown. And how many people watched Bound for Glory, man? Wow. 15 people. Wow, man. That's so much more than the 12 last week. Nobody watches Impact. Fucking geeks. Why'd you let Tom Phillips go? So they're calling commentary in front of fucking 9 people every week. Makes you wonder. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, nobody watches Mid-Pact. Give me a break. People still ask me to this day, why don't you review Impact? Nah. Sorry, I got better things to do, like drink my old fashions in my mother's basement on Thursday night. Not talking about shit wrestling. Need a break. Anyway, Kevin Patrick sucks. That's all I got to say on that. Okay? If you enjoyed him, that's your cup of tea, man. Don't serve me that shit at all. I don't want it. I need a refund. Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. Johnny Gargano and Brooklyn is self-explanatory. Last time we saw Johnny Gargano in Brooklyn, he was in one of the greatest, with a real fucking commentator, in one of the greatest WWE matches of all time. Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Championship. With a real commentator behind the microphone in Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness on color commentary. If you guys don't know what a real commentary team sounds like, maybe you should go back and rewatch that one. Seriously. Kevin Patrick is nowhere near a Mauro Ranallo. Not many people are. Johnny Gargano in Brooklyn for the first time since that. Love it. Absolutely love it. I seen Barclays. I seen Johnny. I'm like, oh, man, that match is fucking absolutely brilliant in every sense of the word. So this match only went 9 minutes. I can imagine that this is not over by a long shot. I'm sure they'll have something to do with each other at the Survivor Series. Theory controlled through an early break. So we got really about, 4 minutes of this on TV. There were picture-in-picture commercial breaks tonight. he suplexed Gargano onto the apron. Theory applied the Gargano escape. Gargano escaped and applied the Gargano escape because, I mean, it's his own move. And Kevin Patrick actually said, which was one of the things that he said that made the most sense tonight, believe it or not. He said, yes, Johnny Gargano's got the Gargano escape applied on him. That's his own finishing move. If there's anybody that knows a way out of the Gargano escape, it's Johnny Gargano. Wow, Kevin Patrick. Wow, what a fucking genius you are, man. Where'd you go to commentary school, bro? I'd love to know. So, he got out of his own move. Theory escaped and hit a super kick. Gargano came back with his own super kick, suicide dive into a DDT, followed by the one final beat for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. That was it. Johnny Gargano beats Austin Theory. Nothing else after that, and it was pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory, man, clean. 1, 2, 3, Johnny Gargano wins. Austin Theory can't find a victory on WWE television, man. He can't buy a fucking victory in the Triple H administration. Is this Triple H burying Austin Theory? Probably not. Probably not. Austin Theory doesn't really have any plans factored in for himself on WWE television. There's so much other shit going on right now. And he's holding a briefcase for a title that he is absolutely not going to win. So I don't know what's going on here. And the fact that everybody sees him, I guess this is the Vince McMahon mentality still kind of being adopted in the Triple H administration. If people see Austin Theory carrying around the Money in the Bank briefcase, then, you know, I guess that means people see him as the #1 contender of sorts for the World Championship. But a loss every fucking week is not going to really make him look good when he inevitably cashes that in, or maybe he just cashes in and loses to whomever the champion is, just adding on top of the losses he's already accumulated thus far. Or maybe he puts the briefcase on the line and loses the fucking briefcase, and we don't have to worry about Austin Theory holding around a fucking contract for the world title. But this guy can't buy a fucking victory. I've seen people floating around the question, is Austin Theory being buried on WWE television by Triple H? Why would he? Why would he? Austin Theory was hired by Triple H. So why would Austin Theory be buried by the same guy that brought him into the company? What logic does that make? Austin Theory was Triple H's before Austin Theory was Vince McMahon's. Give me a break. Austin Theory will be fine. How old is he? 24? 23, 24 years old, and you're worried about him being buried already. The guy hasn't even started his fucking career yet. Gargano wins in about 8 minutes. Chad Gable. He went one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. No problem with Chad Gable on my television at all. Rey Mysterio, I think this is the most interest we've had in Rey Mysterio in many, many, many years with what's going on right now with Judgment Day and his son Dominic. So they showed the actor from The Young Rock, Uli Latukifu. I probably butchered his name. I don't really give a shit one way or another. But he plays Young Rock on the series about the life of Dwayne Johnson. He was there front row, waving in front of the crowd. I said to myself, it's pretty interesting. WWE. Now, I know this is an NBCU thing, and, you know, USA Network is NBCU, so obviously they want to cross-promote, but they could have cross-promoted any fucking show. They want to cross-promote Young Rock. So what does this mean? Is this a clue? Is this a little Easter egg, a little crumb to let the fans know, hey, we're going into Survivor Series, and before you know it, we'll be at or around the Royal Rumble. We're going to let people know that Young Rock, we're going to mention Rock on television because Dwayne is coming back to WWE TV. Is this an Easter egg for Roman Reigns and Dwayne Johnson at WrestleMania in Los Angeles? I don't know. Just out of the blue, we're getting advertisements for Young Rock. Even though it's an NBCU thing, I just thought that WWE could have did this any fucking week. Now they want to start on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. So he's there waving in front of the crowd, and Rey Mysterio is out there. Chad Gable's out there. We get this one-on-one match. Rey took control, and, I mean, these two guys can have a killer match at any point. These two could have a great banger match. But Rey took control and was in control of the match. And all of a sudden, Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio come out to stand in the corner of Chad Gable. So Ripley wore an armband that said Beth on it for Beth Phoenix. She absolutely destroyed Beth Phoenix at Extreme Rules. And I said this on Twitter, man, on Sunday afternoon. All I seen were people complaining about the match with Edge and Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. The one criticism that people were harping on, and I don't really understand why, is that the match went 29 minutes. People were like, oh, you could shave 20 minutes off of this thing and it would have accomplished the same thing without ending. These people are fucking dummies. Check marks, legit names in the community complaining that Edge, of all fucking people, and Finn Balor, of all fucking people, went 29 minutes at Extreme Rules. Check marks and notable fucking people in the community complaining about wrestling on a wrestling show. My mind was like fucking blown at these retarded takes on social media. I'm sorry, what did you sign up for? Did you sign up for the ballet? The fuck you think you're watching? You're watching a pro wrestling program. And by the way, how long do you think Edge has left as an active in-ring performer and you're complaining about him going out there for 30 minutes and telling a fucking fantastic story? You should be ashamed of your fucking self. Give me a fucking break. Everything about that match was fucking perfect. The slowness of the beginning leading to the middle with that fucking high-octane ending and the fucking heat that was on that ending. Of all the things on that show, that's the one thing you complained about. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Notable fucking websites complaining about this shit. And you know who they are. Anyway. She's out there with an armband that said Beth. Sure, we'll see Beth sometime. Maybe we get Rhea Ripley and Beth Phoenix at Crown Jewel. That's a big enough match for the ladies there if you want to do it. Rey went for a dive. He was caught by Otis, but Rey slipped away, drove him into the ring post. Rey then gave Gable a 619 springboard splash. That was pretty much it. It was what happened after the match. Dominic wanted Rey to hit him. He's out there with Rhea Ripley. Rey instead fought off the rest of Judgment Day. Rey went for a 619 on Damian Priest, but Dom clotheslined him. So once again, Dom puts hands on his own father. So Rey is in there with Dom, and Dom is once again begging his father to hit him. Hit me, hit me, hit me. You know you want to. Rey instead fought off the rest of Judgment Day, like I said. Rey went to leave, so Dom shoved him from behind. Ripley held Rey against the ropes so Dom could hit a 619. Dom stood over Rey, and they went to commercial break. So we get back from commercial break, and we see Rey after the commercial break, after the segment was over, Rey sitting on the ring apron, crying about his son and the fact that his son doesn't love him anymore because he's been manipulated by Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day. This is the most interesting Rey Mysterio has been in fucking years. And this is going to be a great storyline because it's going to pull on the heartstrings of the casual audience. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio. There's not one single person here that could willingly tell me that they hate Rey Mysterio. If you do, you're a liar. There's no reason to dislike Rey Mysterio. This is going to pull on the heartstrings of the casual audience, and it's a great mainstream storyline going into what I hope is a WrestleMania match between both of them, and then after that, Dominic learns his fucking lesson. Rey and Dominic at WrestleMania is the story and the match that needs to be told. And I hope that's where they're going. I hope so. What you're watching right now is the beginning stages of long-term booking. This was great. Judgment Day, after Rey Mysterio was seen crying live on camera. We get Judgment Day in the middle of the ring. Ripley bragged about what they did. And Priest then congratulated Balor for handling business at Extreme Rules against Edge. Balor says, when you come at Finn, you best not miss. Balor says he ended Edge's return party and stopped the celebration. I'm the one who pissed on y'all's parade because I made Edge say the words, I quit. He asked Dominic what he made Edge say. Dominic said, Edge said, I quit. He then asked the same thing to Priest, and then he said he made Edge say, I quit. Balor then said, I'm too legit to quit. Balor threw a clip of what happened at Extreme Rules. After the clip, everyone in the ring started laughing. Ripley says what she did to Beth Phoenix was just a fraction of what she's capable of. Dominic then took the microphone and the fans rained down boos on Dominic Mysterio. Balor told the fans to shut up. The boos got louder. He said that watching Beth get concertoed did it for me. And he said it did it for the fans as well. He says his favorite part, other than 619ing his father, was seeing the pathetic and devastating look on his face. He said he felt as useless and helpless as he's made him feel his entire life. The heat that Dominic Mysterio is getting, the fact that he hasn't really been in a wrestling role and he's just there as a figure and a background player in Judgment Day, it is doing him wonders. People would kill. People in this industry that are on TV right now would kill for a tenth of the reaction that Dominic Mysterio is getting for just basically standing there, shoving his father around and being next to Rhea Ripley, who in some weird fucking fascinating fantasy by the pro wrestling geeks out there, you know, the neckbeards out there that think that they have a shot with Rhea Ripley, they're upset at Dominic Mysterio because of the relationship on screen with Rhea Ripley. This is great. I love everything about this. I said this on social media. Look at Judgment Day now and look at Judgment Day 3 months ago. It is legitimately night and day. Triple H's version of Judgment Day and Vince McMahon's version of Judgment Day could not be any more different. This is great stuff. They are one of the best things, if not the best thing, about Monday Night Raw. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Every single one of them is operating at their best. Damian Priest has never looked better. He's never sounded better. He sounds so much more confident on the microphone now than he did 3 months ago. Finn Balor, not a great promo, never was a great promo, but there's no fucking way you can tell me that that man doesn't own being a heel. He loves, you can sense and feel like he enjoys what he's doing right now. He's having a good time. Rhea Ripley, she hasn't wrestled in a very long time, but she's got that role that she's playing right now down perfect. She is the enforcer of the group. Some people consider her the leader of the group. People look at her as the China of Judgment Day, and that is very high praise. She's killing it. And Dominic, just by association, because everybody else is over, with acts like what we saw at Extreme Rules with Edge saying I quit because Judgment Day beat up his wife. That's some fucking sick shit. That is some deplorable heel tactics. And that's exactly what is going to get Judgment Day over. And it's done the trick. This is fantastic fucking shit. I could not be any more happier with Judgment Day. There were rumors about spooky and fucking supernatural shit. Thank Christ that was not ever brought to television. And everybody was like, nobody knew Vince McMahon was going to retire. Everybody was like, this group is dead in the water. Vince is never going to do anything with these guys, and we were all right. Triple H, though, loves Finn Balor, loves Rhea Ripley, loves Damian Priest. Where the fuck do you think they all came from? They came from NXT. All of them were black and gold. So, of course, he's going to give them the stage and the platform to get this shit over. And now we're looking at a situation where Edge leaving Judgment Day might have been bad in the Vince McMahon era. And Edge somehow, I don't want to take anything away from Judgment Day, but this goes to show you how great Edge is. Edge is so fucking good at what he's doing right now. Rey Mysterio is so good at what he's doing that they are getting Judgment Day to the level that they need to be at just because of who they are and the roles that they're playing in this with Judgment Day. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. This is why I love this sport so much. This is why I fucking hated Vince McMahon in charge. Vince McMahon, we owe Vince McMahon our childhood, but the man clearly didn't know what the fuck he was doing anymore. Triple H is giving us simple, logical stories and advancing characters, and that is now working in Judgment Day's favor. How can anybody be upset with that? And I still find it funny how people tell me, oh, there's no change. This is change. This right here, what I just said for the last 5 minutes, is fucking change. This is Monday Night Raw different than what it was three and a half months ago. Balor then turns his attention next to AJ Styles. He says, Uncle Alan, AJ Styles. He says he's just about to run out of mercy for Styles, so he hopes he has reconsidered. Styles is out there, and Finn Balor wants to issue an ultimatum. So Styles asked Balor if after all the time they've known each other, it's come down to this. Balor says he's making it harder than it has to be. Styles says, listen, I'm not here to argue with you. He put his hand on Balor's shoulder, and he said to Finn, Finn, you're right. You're right. Everything you said was right. He says he's been alone too long, and there comes a point in a man's life when he needs friends. In my case, I need family. He needs family. And we know Finn and AJ were linked back in New Japan. The Bullet Club. They are Bullet Club for life. So he gets down on one knee. He kneels in front of Balor. Balor smiles and offered a handshake to help Styles stand. Styles and Balor embrace and they hug in the middle of the ring. Balor then says he's so proud of him and knew he'd finally come around. Styles, the camera focused on Styles and it got a little sinister or a little angry, right? Like he's got revenge in his eyes. I wasn't talking about you. Oh, what's going on here? Who's he talking about then? Out comes Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the Good Brothers. The OC, the original club, is back in WWE. Fans chanted, holy shit. A big brawl broke out with everybody. Styles tackled Balor over the announce desk. Ripley pulled Dominic over the barricade so that nothing would happen to him. Anderson went after them. Styles, Anderson, and Gallows surrounded Balor. Balor fled like a scalded dog and ran away up the stage where he was met with the rest of Judgment Day. As AJ, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson are in the ring here on Monday Night's Raw. This was fucking great. Now, I'm not a fan of the antics. Or I should say, let me rephrase that. I wasn't a fan of the antics of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows on the indies. A lot of immature dick jokes, sex jokes. They acted like a bunch of drunken teenagers, which is fine. They could do that. It's what they did, and people enjoy that. Some people enjoy that. Now that they're back in WWE, they're not going to be able to do that. It's all business now. I'm all for people getting a second chance. And I don't want to spend too much time on this because this was something that I really made a big issue several years ago. When AJ Styles first came into the WWE and we got that AJ Styles pop at the Royal Rumble when he first debuted, and then they set him up with a program with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had just won the WWE Championship from Triple H at WrestleMania 32. As soon as Roman Reigns won the WWE Championship, that following night on Monday Night Raw, it should have been Roman Reigns in the center of that ring with AJ Styles and with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. We should have seen this happen then. We should have seen this happen then. Roman was still a part of the Shield. The Shield was still kind of, hanging about, right? It should have been AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson versus Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. That should have been the big money feud back during that time. And they did not do anything with these guys on the roster. They wasted them away. I remember when we first saw them debut in WWE, they attacked the fucking Usos. WWE never did anything with them. They made them into a joke. They were never a serious threat. They were used as mid-card fodder. It was disgusting. And then they got fired after just signing 5-year deals. They let them go for whatever reason. More than likely making too much money. They were expendable. Vince said, screw it. I don't have any interest in these guys anymore. And goodbye. Now they're back together on WWE television because Triple H is quickly assembling one hell of a fucking tag team division. I don't know if you noticed this, but look at the tag teams right now in WWE. If Triple H, hopefully, has any plans to revitalize the tag team division, he's certainly doing a damn good fucking job with all these fucking factions on television. Either that, or we're getting trios championships at some point. This entire fucking company is loaded with trios. And damn good ones at that. Now, I don't know what's going on. First order of business is to do, let's get the unified tag team titles back in a place where there's one set of titles. We don't need all these championships floating around on WWE television. The more titles there are, the less that they have meaning. But my God, man, if you are not potentially talking about a trios championship in WWE with all the trios that have been lined up, I don't know, man. You might not have fucking blood pulsing through your veins. The teams that are in WWE right now that are part of a faction are fucking great. It's faction warfare. And I love every bit of it. I didn't like it at first in AEW. I'm like, why are there all these factions? Now we're going on year 4 of AEW, and I don't even think that's an issue anymore. But WWE was in such a dark state as far as tag team wrestling is concerned. Why would I do anything but praise this shit? I love it. So they are back. The club is back. Styles has backup. Probably going to factor this into Survivor Series. We could see AJ, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio and Edge. Edge, Rey Mysterio, and the club versus Judgment Day. Who's in Judgment Day? Rhea Ripley, obviously not going to have a factor in that match, right? We got Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. I wonder how we're going to get into Survivor Series with this. Finn might have to go and enlist 2 more people for Judgment Day for this to work at Survivor Series. How that's going to work out, I don't know. So we will see what's going on. But Survivor Series definitely got a lot more interesting with Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson back in WWE. Now, WWE actually had interest in Gallows and Anderson while they were still under Impact deals. Anderson and Gallows showed up with AJ Styles tonight, and they appeared to reform a Bullet Club-like faction in WWE. Carl Anderson is still the active, never openweight champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Anderson and Gallows had indicated to Fightful that WWE had interest in them as early as this summer when they were still under Impact Wrestling deals. The two were very transparent about their interest towards the end of their Impact Wrestling contracts, which ended up going a month longer than expected. Now, Fightful did ask if Anderson and Gallows still have plans to work New Japan Pro Wrestling dates, and will update when we have an answer. We were originally told, says Fightful, that Gallows and Anderson were committed to work with New Japan through Wrestle Kingdom. Last we heard, they did not have contracts. We were told today that WWE had tons of people backstage, which included Brock Lesnar, Vincent and Dutch of the Righteous, Von Wagner, Carmelo Hayes, Maurice, and more. In addition, Fightful were told that WWE at least threw around the idea of trying to get Billy Gunn as well for tonight's Raw DX celebration. So this was a big deal. Tonight was a big show for WWE. But Anderson and Gallows are back on WWE television alongside AJ Styles. We will see how this plays out going into Survivor Series. It will be definitely interesting for whatever's to come at Survivor Series. Whether Rhea Ripley, Beth Phoenix get involved, we don't know. But it's an interesting dynamic, to say the least. Now, as far as the Never Openweight Championship and Carl Anderson, I don't know what's going on there. It may just be a situation where New Japan gave them their blessing. Go and sign with WWE. You have our championship, and then we expect you to go and drop the championship when we need you to. So Triple H has always been open. Triple H has always been open to the idea of a forbidden door. He's always been open to the aspect of, or idea of, working with other promotions. So if he courted Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows to come back to WWE, knowing that Carl Anderson was holding IWGP Championship gold, I don't think that bothered Triple H at all, as long as he got what he wanted. So WWE is now in good standing with New Japan because of Triple H being in charge. And now Triple H is allowing Carl Anderson to continue possibly working New Japan. Maybe it's a one-shot deal. He's going to go back over there and drop the title. Maybe he allows him to work the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom show. I don't know. I don't expect anything but Triple H to try and get in with New Japan in some way, shape, or form. He wants those relationships. Triple H never shied away from those relationships. Triple H had New Japan presence on NXT with Jushin Thunder Liger wrestling Prince Pretty at a takeover in Brooklyn. Tyler Breeze. He's not afraid of opening that forbidden door. He's not. It makes me wonder about AEW's relationship with New Japan. New Japan can't work with WWE and then work with AEW at the same time, or maybe they can. I don't know. I know Tony Khan's not going to like that. Tony Khan's not going to like that at all. But that's none of our business. That's not really an issue right now. The issue is, let's see this play out. Carl Anderson is holding New Japan gold. We'll see if he drops it and then goes exclusive with WWE. WWE doesn't like people under contract working other places and working big-time matches like that. They don't want somebody that they've contracted getting injured off of their watch. So it's a very interesting situation. We'll keep an eye on it, but right now he is. And the discussion is he is holding IWGP Championship gold. But I like that they're back, and I think they complement AJ Styles very well. Let's check the chat, man. We got 3,500 people in here. Thank you guys so very much, man. That is awesome. I appreciate you guys. Hit that thumbs up. Get those super chats in. And if you guys want to get some memberships in, I'd love to get you a member or get you to be a member. We got emotes and badges, brand new emotes, now live in the live stream chat. We go backstage with Byron Saxton. He is sitting down with Bayley, interviewing Bayley before her match with Candice LeRae. Byron Saxton asks Bayley if Extreme Rules was a setback for Damage Control's plan to take over the women's division. Bayley was not really listening to Byron Saxton. She was daydreaming or staring off into the distance, not listening to Byron. I don't blame her. Dakota Kai said she was at rock bottom and Bayley was the only one to reach out and help her. Dakota says she would do anything for Bayley and Io. She asked if Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, or Asuka would be that loyal to each other. Dakota says they won't stop until Bayley gets the gold she rightfully deserves. Sky was whispering in Dakota's ear. Bayley smiled and said, "I'm going to go kick Candice LeRae's ass." She got up, took her microphone off, and she went to the ring to go wrestle Candice LeRae. So the match went 8 minutes. Bayley and Candice LeRae. We got Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio. That went 8 minutes earlier. Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano. That went about 8 or 9 minutes. So we were not getting the 15, 16-minute bangers that Triple H was giving us. This was a loaded show tonight. So he kind of dumbed down the long wrestling matches tonight and gave us 8, 9-minute matches. It's not 2 or 3 minutes. You can't really get your shit in 2 or 3 minutes. But everybody got at least 8 or 9 minutes tonight outside of Riddle and Sami Zayn. So Bayley She walked out there. She was kind of deflated coming out of Extreme Rules, losing to Bianca Belair. We saw clips of the ladder match at Saturday's Extreme Rules. Bayley took it to Candice, and she was in control through most of the commercial break. And this was also most of it happening in the commercial break. Larae was being beaten down. She then made a comeback when we came back from commercial break. And Bayley took over again. Larae scored a 3 count with a surprise roll-up out of nowhere. And she beats Bayley on Monday Night Raw after Bayley lost to Bianca Belair at Saturday's Extreme Rules pay-per-view in the ladder match. So Bayley loses again. And Damage Control loses again. So Larae was celebrating. Sky and Kai attacked her in the aisleway after they ran down. Bayley was out there by herself. They triple-teamed her in the ring. Belair ran out to make the save. She was outnumbered and quickly taken out. Bayley leapt off the second rope and dropped an elbow to the back of Belair, who was laying on her stomach. Bayley yelled, "I built this place." And that was the end of the segment. So, Candice LeRae gets a win. That's okay. Candice LeRae is going to need some wins if she's going to be on Monday Night Raw, kind of ingraining herself in the women's division. But it also looks like they want to keep the Bianca Belair and Bayley feud going. I don't know when we're going to get the next match. We may get it at Crown Jewel if we're lucky. But Bayley losing in Extreme Rules and then again tonight is not really two things. It's not really good for Damage Control because the group right now is ice fucking cold. Nobody takes them seriously. And the fact that they keep losing is not really helping them get any better or change the opinion of the fan watching Damage Control. You can't keep losing. They're the tag team champions, Io and Dakota. Losing. Singles matches, losing. Bayley lost to Candice LeRae tonight. She lost to Bianca Belair on Saturday night. If they're going to continue losing, nobody's going to take them serious. Bayley lost Saturday. She wasn't pinned, but she lost. And I don't want to hear that, oh, well, it's a ladder match, blah, blah, blah. Bayley had Damage Control come out and try and help, and Bianca beat 3 women. She beat Io, she beat Dakota, and she beat Bayley in the match to retain the title. So Bayley lost to Bianca 3-on-1, and Bayley loses tonight in a surprise clean roll-up from Candice LeRae. How is that going to get Bianca Belair and Bayley to another match? If Bayley lost on Saturday 3-on-1 and lost again clean tonight, that doesn't really make a good case for Bayley getting another Raw Women's Championship match. All it says to me is that she's a loser. And I don't know where we're going with this. I said maybe we'll wait till War Games to see how things play out. Maybe things will change for the Damage Control girls in War Games. We might not even make it to War Games. They may be dead before we get to War Games. I don't know how they're going to reinvigorate this group. I don't know how they're going to get this group in the eyes of the fans to be a little bit more serious. I don't know. Right now, it's 3 against 4. You got Candice, you got Bianca, you got Asuka, and you got Alexa. Right now, it's 4-on-3. Are they going to add another to the babyface side? Are they going to add another to Damage Control? 2 to Damage Control? I don't know. I have no idea. Very interesting situation going on with Damage Control and this entire idea that these two teams are going to be in War Games. Is it going to just remain this way? Are we going to get 1 added to Damage Control? Are we going to get another added to the babyface team? 2 added to Damage Control, which I can see being Bayley, aligning herself with Sasha and Naomi. I don't know. But it's not a good look for Bayley and her team. Miz was backstage. And Miz is in a tuxedo. We are celebrating the Miz's birthday. Maurice was the talk of Monday Night Raw. Everybody was saying Miz is a lucky motherfucker. Miz is a lucky motherfucker. Did you guys see what Maurice was wearing? Oh my goodness. That's all I will say. So, She set this thing up. It's been months of preparation. Yeah, you may call him the mid, but he's anything but with a wife like that. I'll tell you that right now. Months of preparation. And she's got all these plans for him. He's worried about he who shall not be named showing up. She promised him that nothing will happen. She gave him a gift. It was already wrapped up. He unwrapped it. It was a baseball bat. Miz loved it, and they made their way out to the ring. Maurice stood in the ring, and it was all covered with balloons and a table full of gifts. Miz says what she did was great and made him feel really special. Miz made some baseball and basketball star references. Obviously, being in New York, he mentioned Aaron Judge. They then revealed two of the Miz's gifts, which were two huge balloons or these balls with his face on it. And Maurice said, there you go. I got you massive balls to go with your baseball bat. Another cock and ball jokes here on Monday Night Raw. So Miz goes over to, as the fans are chanting tiny balls, Miz goes over to the table and lifts the box, right? Lifts the gift up. And he takes the gift off the table, and in the table is Dexter Lumis. His head is popping through the fucking table. He lifts the gift up, and in the gift was Dexter Lumis. So he starts smashing the table like it's whack-a-mole with the baseball bat, and he's trying to destroy the table because he's freaked out that Dexter Lumis is there. He tipped the table over, but Dexter Lumis was gone. All of a sudden, we see Dexter Lumis come up from behind the Miz. He goes around the ring. He comes up from behind the Miz. He puts the Miz in a sleeper. Miz inadvertently, and he missed her, and she went flying, and she missed the mark. What they tried to do here was, when Miz was put in the sleeper hold, he was supposed to be kicking and screaming, and he was supposed to kick Maurice face first into the cake that was on the table. So she floundered about, and she missed half the fucking cake. It wasn't as cake-filled on Maurice's face as WWE would have liked. But you know that when there's a cake in the ring, it's going to end up on somebody. So Miz is in the sleeper hold, and he's kicking, and Maurice goes into the cake, and the Miz escapes. He escapes, he leaves the ring, and he runs away from the ring to the back, leaving his wife in the ring all alone with Dexter Lumis. So she looked over at Dexter Lumis, and he didn't do anything to Maurice. She rolled out of the ring. She flipped her hair, rolled out of the ring, and that was the end of that. Dexter Lumis then takes a knife that was on the table to cut the cake with. He takes the knife, and he pops these two huge rubber balls that Maurice got him, and they deflate. So he stabs one, he stabs the second one. He then takes the knife, he goes over to the table with the cake, cuts the cake. The fans are chanting, eat the cake, eat the cake. And he takes a piece of cake and he eats it. The fans cheer, and that's the way the segment goes off the air. Now, I don't know. I don't. I've said this for weeks now, months now. 2 months now with this. Where are we going? Is this going to amount to anything on WWE television? For 2 months now, this is 8 weeks, we haven't gotten a reason why Dexter Lumis is here. We haven't gotten a reason why he's attacking The Miz. We don't have any clue or any information on what Dexter Lumis did with The Miz, why Miz won't speak about it, why he refuses to mention the guy's name. Nothing. Nothing. 2 months. Every single week, there's an attack by Dexter Lumis, and we don't know why, because Dexter Lumis doesn't fucking talk. Dexter Lumis doesn't speak. Dexter Lumis speaks with body language. Dexter Lumis speaks through artist renderings. He's an actual great painter and cartoonist. Not one single fucking clue about what's going on. And honestly, I'm a Dexter Lumis guy. I think Dexter Lumis is great. I think Miz is really good in what he's doing here. But we don't know why. And 2 months of not knowing why is inexcusable. Now, you could sit there and say, oh, Dexter Lumis is playing Mercy the Buzzard, or Dexter Lumis is going to be a part of the Wyatt Six, whoever these fucking people are going to end up being. Fine. But that doesn't really give us a reason as to why Dexter Lumis is on TV with no fucking answers about what he's doing and why he's doing what he's doing with The Miz. It is inexcusable. So what we're doing now is next week, Dexter Lumis, the match was made. Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know? Road Dogg made the match. I didn't know Road Dogg could make matches on WWE Raw. Now, I guess Triple H is giving him whichever power he wants. Road Dogg says next week it's going to be Miz versus Dexter Lumis. If Dexter Lumis loses, he's banished from WWE forever. If Dexter Lumis wins, Dexter Lumis gets a WWE contract. Miz says he will do whatever to get rid of Dexter Lumis, and he agreed to these terms. That doesn't really answer the question. So we'll see next week. Dexter Lumis is going to have his first wrestling match after all of this against The Miz. If he loses, he's gone. If he wins, he gets a WWE contract. Where's Tommaso Ciampa? I don't know. I don't know where Tommaso Ciampa is. He just seemingly disappeared off of television. Did Tommaso Ciampa bring Dexter Lumis into WWE? Was Tommaso Ciampa the one letting him in the building? Where did he disappear to? All of a sudden, he was getting a huge push on Monday Night Raw. And you felt that Tommaso Ciampa narrative on Monday Night Raw with Triple H and Josh. Tommaso Ciampa would have been a solid act on the show if he didn't go away. He's been missing what for now? 5 weeks now? Does he have something to do with Lumis? Does he have something to do with Bray Wyatt? I don't know. The Bray Wyatt thing could be anybody. It could be Baron Corbin. It could be Liv Morgan. It could be some people were mentioning Grayson Waller. I don't know what Grayson Waller would have to do with Bray Wyatt. I don't know where the fuck that narrative came from. Bo Dallas is rumored to be coming back to the WWE. I'm sure we'll see him in the Wyatt Six or aligned with his brother in some way. Joe Gacy, T-Bar, Ciampa. We don't know. We don't know anything right now. But the fact that we haven't got any clues about Dexter Lumis is a little inexcusable. DX, they were backstage. They were with two jobbers. And they were getting ready to go out there and face Omos, says Road Dogg. X-PAC says he feels sorry for them, but then assured them that they'll do fine. Road Dogg says, listen, there's two of you and one of him. Miz and Maurice approached DX and said, listen, I got my deflated balls here. Where's Triple H? Michael says he knows Dexter Lumis and says he's a good guy. He says he doesn't just go after anyone, so you had to do something to piss him off. What is it? What did he do to Dexter Lumis? Miz says he didn't do anything, but he'd do anything to get rid of him. Road Dogg says exactly what I said. Next week, if Lumis loses, he's out. If Lumis wins, he gets a WWE contract, and that's that. It's on. Omos versus Joseph Torres and Robert Adam S., I believe his name was. I don't know. I don't know. We got these two guys out there. I don't know why.
The mighty
Why? Why is Omos on TV? We need, if there's anybody I could give a pink slip to in WWE, it would be Omos. Why is he on TV? Why do we need Omos on TV when, and I know there's some geek in the chat, it's Omos. Why do we need Omos on TV when we have Braun Strowman? Can we just get that match out of the way and get Omos off of television? Please? Please? What a waste. Every fucking week he's beating two jobbers and two jobbers and two. If you don't have a fucking plan with him, why waste our time with this 2-minute uneventful, useless garbage. He's already hit his ceiling. He's not going to get any better than what you see now. Some people, oh, he's got potential. He's got potential for what? Making me fucking angry on television. We got a video package of Bray Wyatt's return. You're going to relive it in full, says Corey Graves. That's mistake number one. WWE replayed the entire Bray Wyatt return from Extreme Rules, and I didn't really understand the logic behind all of this. You know, Monday Night Raw, not too long ago, it might have been a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, they were sitting at less than 5,000 seats for the Barclays Center for tonight's Monday Night Raw. This was nowhere near a sellout. DX obviously aided in ticket sales, and the season premiere aided in ticket sales, and then Bray Wyatt pushed the ticket sales past $10,000 in less than 2 weeks. With the idea of Bray Wyatt being back, and then obviously coming out of Extreme Rules, there were a frenzy of tickets just going out the door for tonight's Monday Night Raw. Bray Wyatt, legitimately, because he returned on Saturday's Extreme Rules show, was a needle mover for WWE ticket sales in the New York City market tonight for Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center. WWE had one of the biggest returns, possibly, of the last 2 decades happen on Saturday, and they refused to follow it up with a Bray Wyatt appearance, a Bray Wyatt promo, or some new vignette that furthers something along for the character or the planned direction for Bray Wyatt. This is how you lose good faith in your audience. Are we going to lose good faith in WWE? More than likely not. But you're really pushing the fans' buttons at that point. WWE coming out of Saturday absolutely needed to deliver something new, something that advanced Bray Wyatt, and they did not do that. We didn't get anything until the 3rd hour of Monday Night Raw, which was nothing but a jumbled fucking mess of a static TV-like promo with Bray Wyatt visibly seen in this static with his mask on saying whatever the fuck he said that was in some of the QR codes. Revel in what you know. I'm sorry, I don't need Bray Wyatt wearing his mask, which we saw on Saturday, giving us rehashed clues about what we've already seen via the QR codes in the weeks leading up to this. WWE took a big L tonight without delivering something new, something fresh, and something exciting for Bray Wyatt. There needed to be something in the lines of a clue about who these people are. Why are there funhouse human beings on Saturday night? Why are they spread out all across Philadelphia on Saturday's show? Who is under the mask of Mercy the Buzzard, which is depicted after Waylon Mercy? Who's under the Abby the Witch mask? Who's under the Fiend mask? Who's Huskus the Pig? Who's the fucking Rambling Rabbit? Not a single fucking clue. WWE dropped the ball big time with this Monday Night Raw. And the fact that you had people pay specifically to see him based off what happened on Saturday night, and you don't deliver nothing but a static fucking vignette. That's WWE dropping the ball. Revel in what you are. Or revel in what you know. Revel in what you are. That's what they said. That's it. We got another QR code. WWE gave us another QR code. If you watch Monday Night Raw tonight, you may have noticed a WWE crew member sporting a QR code on the back of his shirt during a backstage segment which featured Miz and Maurice. Upon scanning the code, fans were directed to a video showing pieces of a jigsaw puzzle coming together to form Wyatt's new moth/butterfly logo. With an instrumental version of He's Got the Whole World in His Hands playing in the background, you see the letters JNV also popping up on the screen. This is for 10-14-22. J is the 10th letter in the alphabet. N is the 14th letter in the alphabet, and V is the 22nd letter in the alphabet. The date for Friday Night SmackDown, 10-14-22 in New Orleans, Louisiana, which I guess is synonymous, down in the bayou with Bray Wyatt. The Wyatt 6 logo was the last visual fans saw after Wyatt's return at Extreme Rules this past Saturday. Many fans believe the logo could be a sign of Wyatt forming his Wyatt 6 stable, which has been previously teased on social media. As noted earlier, the Wyatt logo is also the theme of new merchandise released by WWE upon his comeback. Now, Wyatt did not physically appear on Raw this week. It's possible that he will be assigned to SmackDown going forward. However, a lot of superstars have been appearing on both brands since Triple H has taken over as WWE's creative. So it's too early to speculate on where Wyatt will be and what his home will be on WWE television. Raw will, I guess, give way to SmackDown. The announcement of Bray Wyatt being on SmackDown did come during the show. With Wyatt, you could hear him audibly saying, "Revel in what you are," through a cryptic video message with static. And SmackDown will get Bray Wyatt on Friday night. Now, I feel the way I do about Monday Night Raw. But they want you to watch SmackDown. I think everybody at this point is going to end up watching SmackDown. But I want you guys to understand why Bray Wyatt was not on Monday Night Raw tonight and why they opted to go with a tease. Now, I could be upset that they didn't deliver coming off of that tremendous return of Bray Wyatt, and seemingly fans are going to be unhappy. They were excited. They were expecting him and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, WWE never advertised Bray Wyatt for Monday Night Raw. So you could sit there and you could be upset with Triple H. You could be upset with WWE. WWE never advertised Bray Wyatt for Monday Night Raw. Everybody took it upon themselves to think, whoa, look at this great debut that did over fucking 10 million views in like 5 hours on social media, right, on YouTube. Here Bray Wyatt is with this tremendous return. He's definitely going to be on Monday Night Raw. No, WWE never said that. You went out and assumed he will be on Monday Night Raw. I went out and assumed he would be on Monday Night Raw. So you can't get mad at anybody but yourself. Now, why didn't he show up on Monday Night Raw? Look at what they did on Monday Night Raw tonight. They had DX. Even though they didn't play a huge part in the show, it's still Triple H, X-PAC, Shawn Michaels, and Road Dogg. It is the 25th anniversary of D-Generation X. It was also on the same show that Brock Lesnar made a return in New York City to set up a huge program with Bobby Lashley. It was also on a show that had Roman Reigns and the Bloodline be a huge impact on the show. It was also on a show that saw a major title change for the biggest title on the show, with Seth Rollins beating Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. Bray Wyatt on this show would have gotten lost in the shuffle. So why do you want him to be on a show that's absolutely stacked with all these other fucking occurrences when he can have the whole Friday Night SmackDown to himself? And that's the one reason that you're going to go watch SmackDown. He will have that show entirely to himself. You'll get Drew McIntyre. You'll get Karrion Kross. You'll probably get a random Ricochet match. You may get a continuation of Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Roman might not even be there. Roman might not even be on Friday Night SmackDown. And he's going to have SmackDown all to himself. It is going to be okay. You're not going to lose sleep. Bray Wyatt's not getting buried. Bray Wyatt is going to be fine. You are going to be fine. Another aspect of it is how much of this has to do with the TV networks. You know, WWE is pulling, or being pulled, I should say, at both ends. They're trying to light the candle at both ends here with NBCU and Fox. Brock Lesnar was predominantly a Fox Sports entity. Right now, Brock Lesnar really isn't doing much of anything. Brock Lesnar's already served his purpose. He lost the World Championships to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is now a universal WWE heavyweight champion. He can be on SmackDown, which he's pretty much been on, and Monday Night Raw, he can be on Monday Night Raw, but opted not to. A lot of that has to do with Fox. Brock Lesnar right now really isn't needed. He served his purpose. So Fox, looking at this and going with the trends, they're not upset that Brock Lesnar is on Monday Night Raw. Who's to say that Fox did not request Bray Wyatt on Friday night? You'll probably read somewhere in the dirt sheets, and Meltzer will probably talk about it tomorrow morning. Why wasn't Bray on Monday Night Raw? Well, it was a Fox decision. Fox wants to reap the benefits of the tremendous spotlight and the tremendous traction of Bray Wyatt. They want him on that show. So when you are getting angry at WWE for not putting Bray Wyatt on Monday Night Raw, you got to be angry at A, yourself, and B, Fox. I guarantee you, Fox stepped in and said, we want Wyndham. We want Bray. We want him on SmackDown. Lesnar, he's yesterday's news. He's fucking yesterday's news. Put him on Monday Night Raw. You want to use him on Raw? NBC wants him? Yeah, that's all right. Give us Bray. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Fox is going to get Roman. Fox is going to get Roman no matter what. Now they got Wyndham. So I guarantee you it will come out in the news that it is a Fox decision. And we'll watch Friday night, and maybe we'll see him. Maybe we'll see him on Friday night. Maybe we'll see him in the flesh. We'll cut a promo. And maybe then we'll get some clues and some answers that we desperately need this week coming out of Extreme Rules. Bobby Lashley made his ring entrance. He said he'll be a fighting champion. He says he's defeated some of the best in the business, including Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. He said now Seth has stepped up. He called Seth Rollins out to the ring. Instead, Brock Lesnar's music played. Oh my goodness. Brock Lesnar is walking out to Bobby Lashley. Graves said, what the hell is happening? So we get a holy shit chant. Brock Lesnar adds to that and says, well, holy shit. I don't know what it is with NBCU, but I'm going to need them to fucking loosen the handcuffs, please. We got... Holy sh... Holy sh... Holy sh... Holy sh... Why? Why? I don't understand it. This is a grown adult program on a Monday night at 11 o'clock, and we're getting holy sh... Holy sh... Holy sh... Why? Why? Never in my wildest dreams would I think, well, a holy shit chant, which is a normal pro wrestling chant, being bleeped out on NBC Universal. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway. Lesnar's out there. And good evening, Bobby Lashley. He then lifted Lashley and gave him an F5. He gave him an F5. Crowd started chanting one more time. Yeah, Bobby Lashley was a babyface United States champion. Everybody loved Bobby Lashley. He was a fighting champion, right? And here we got the New York City crowd turning on Bobby Lashley as if he's the New York fucking Mets, right? Too early? Too early for that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Met fans. I know you are upset, but I have to get my shit in, okay? Bobby Lashley getting turned on by the New York City fans, chanting one more time. So what does he do? He picks up Lashley and gives him a German suplex right on his shoulder. He then gives him another F5 and then locks in the Kimura lock. Lashley was clutching his arm. Lesnar walks over to the corner, puts his cowboy hat on, and that's it. It's the way the segment came to a close. We get the stereotypical Brock Lesnar October appearance right before a big in Saudi Arabia. Typical Brock Lesnar appearance right for that payday, right in time for that payday in There you go. Here's what it is. What the prince wants, the prince gets, I guess, huh? How much is he making for this match? Which probably will go 5 minutes. Why, a cool $4 million? Bobby Lashley, we go to commercial break. Seth comes out. He makes his ring entrance. Officials at ringside are helping Lashley stand. Seth demanded he got in the ring. He demanded that Lashley do this match. Fight me, he says. Lashley's clutching his arm. He's walking away with assists from the referees. Seth grabbed the microphone and said he won't let Lashley get out of this title match so easy. He said, Lashley, I thought you were a fighting champion. You're supposed to be a soldier. You're a disgrace to the U.S. title and a disgrace to your country. Fight me. Clearly, Bobby Lashley looked over at Seth Rollins and said, really? He says. No, he didn't actually say that, but Lashley turned around. He got really angry. And we got this match. So Lashley gets in the ring. He's holding his shoulder. He's got one arm. He goes for a spear. All of a sudden, Seth turned it into a pedigree. As he came charging at Seth, he turned it into a pedigree. Lashley kicked out. Seth goes to the top rope. He nails a big frog splash. He's got his ribs taped. He gets a 2 count off the frog splash. Both were slow to get up. Lashley tried putting on a hurt lock, but he's got one arm. Seth resisted this. Then he super kicked Lashley, landed an elbow from I think it was a top rope elbow, and then a running stomp. And Seth played to the crowd. He began doing the orchestra hand gestures because people were singing his song. He then delivered a second stomp for the win, and he wins the United States Championship. Seth Rollins is the new United States Champion. Now, why did they do what they did tonight? Now, let's go back to Extreme Rules. We got Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Fight pit match in the main event of Extreme Rules. WWE last week on Monday night announced this match between Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. On last week's post show, I asked myself, and I asked you guys, why did they announce this? Why did they announce this before we get to the fight pit match? Now, they announced this match taking place this week, last week, and Seth Rollins is getting a championship match. So, one of two things were going to happen. One, he was going to beat Matt Riddle at Extreme Rules in the fight pit in his own match, which would not have made sense per the feud that is going on. This is a blow-off. Rollins beat Riddle at Clash of the Castle. Riddle needs to get his revenge. How many times can Seth Rollins lose, right? So he wins, does Riddle, and he moves on from Seth Rollins. Now, the other thing that could have happened is Rollins get the victory over Riddle and get the United States Championship match, but that did not happen. Riddle beat Rollins, and Rollins still is getting a United States Championship match on Monday. Riddle is not. Should be Riddle that gets the United States Championship match against Bobby Lashley, but they're not going in that direction. So what WWE did, I'd be very curious to know when they planned on Brock Lesnar being in New York. So we didn't hear about Brock until today. Everybody in the IWC was reporting about Brock Lesnar being in the Barclays Center tonight. We didn't hear about Brock on Monday last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We didn't hear Brock about, his return even on Saturday at Extreme Rules. We didn't hear it on Sunday. We heard about Brock Lesnar today, this afternoon. So I'd be very curious to know when they called Brock Lesnar up and when the plan for Brock Lesnar was. They probably said, oh shit, we shot ourselves in the foot. This doesn't make sense. We can't beat Seth again on Monday, being that he lost on Saturday to Matt Riddle in the fight pit. We don't want Bobby Lashley to lose the United States Championship to Seth Rollins, right? So we have booked ourselves into a corner. So their idea was, let's get us out of this situation. Let's call Brock Lesnar up. We're going to need him for Crown Jewel. They need big names. We got nobody else. We got Logan Paul and nobody else. So let's call Brock. Let's get Brock up. Fuck Bill Goldberg. They got Brock for Crown Jewel. What we'll do is we'll have Brock and Lashley in a one-off program for Crown Jewel. We'll have Brock destroy Bobby Lashley so we can take the title off him while keeping Bobby Lashley looking strong because, I mean, who's going to complain that he lost the title after being beat up by Brock Lesnar out of nowhere? Nobody expected it. So he's looking strong while, you know, wanting to walk away because he can't fight, but he gets in there anyway as the valiant fighting champion. He tries and retains the title with one arm. Seth beats him for the title. Bobby Lashley looks strong. He looks like a fighting champion. He lives up to everything he said. Everybody looks good here. This was their way out of the illogical booking and the fact that they shot themselves in the foot by booking this match a week in advance before Rollins lost to Riddle at the Fight Pit match at Extreme Rules. That's basically what it boils down to. Am I upset that Bobby Lashley lost the United States Championship? No, I don't really give a shit. I don't care one way or another. Lesnar and Lashley is not something I'm going to complain about either. Why would I? I hope that it's better than what we got at the Royal Rumble in January, because what I got at the Royal Rumble was a major fucking disappointment. That match sucked. That was all hype and no substance. It was suplex, 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 spear, dominator, hurt lock, F5. That's it. Now, I know we're probably going to get the same fucking thing in Saudi Arabia, but at least Brock Lesnar is not hijacking a fucking title. He's not the center of everybody's fucking world. And Bobby Lashley has a very good chance of getting his revenge and a win over Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. Lesnar's going to be paid handsomely. He's got no problem putting anybody over, especially somebody as legit as Bobby Lashley. There's no championships on the line. This is as simple as it gets. No titles, no fucking handcuffs. Two guys that are badasses beating the shit out of each other. Bobby Lashley gets his win back from the Royal Rumble. That is it. There is no confusion here whatsoever. Okay? But the reason why they did what they did is because they shot themselves in the foot. Now, Seth Rollins is the United States champion. Right now, Rollins looks like a fucking geek. He does. He goes on Ariel Helwani's show and he does an interview with Helwani and he says, I don't want to be a number 2 in Roman Reigns WWE. There's no way I can be the guy in a Roman Reigns era WWE. So here he is winning a title that is not even in the same fucking stratosphere as Roman Reigns and the WWE Universal Championship. He was basically given a number 3 spot in the company, holding the third most important title, the third most important singles title in WWE. Roman's got the 2 world championships. Gunther has the Intercontinental title, and he's the second most important guy in the company right now, championship-wise. And Rollins is a solid number 3. So how does that make Rollins look? You go on Ariel Helwani's podcast and claim you want to be number 1, but you can't because of Roman Reigns, and here you are being gifted the number 3 title in the company. How do you think that makes Seth Rollins look, man? Seth Rollins was given a token petty title victory here on Monday Night Raw, and we know he's worth more than that, honestly. Rollins holding the United States Championship, at least now, he gets to be the guy. Will they main event with Seth Rollins for the United States Championship? That remains to be seen. They didn't do it with Bobby Lashley. I don't think they're going to do it with Seth Rollins. I think Triple H, however he's feeling on any given Monday, it could be Damage Control, it could be Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, it could be Seth Rollins, it could be Judgment Day. He doesn't really have a solid main event every night on Monday. So it could be a mix of anybody. Are they going to go with Seth Rollins in the main event spot? Are they going to make the United States Championship now the title to chase on Monday Night Raw? What I'm afraid of is Rollins holding this championship October, November, December, January, February, March, and here comes April, and WWE still hasn't taken the titles off of Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes has not won the Royal Rumble. And Cody Rhodes is back. And he starts a program for a fourth match with Seth Rollins going into WrestleMania. Not for the WWE Championship. Not with Roman for the WWE Championship. Not with Seth for the WWE Championship. For a fourth match with fucking Seth Rollins over the United States Championship. Oh, but everybody needs to start somewhere. I think Cody's done more than enough to show you that he is a solid number one in that company if Roman Reigns is not in the discussion. So now we're just going to give Cody Rhodes a fucking United States title first before we start talking about Cody Rhodes becoming the world champion. That's where I don't want it to go. That would be terrible. Why would you want that? Please no. Not at all. But I could see them doing that. I could already see that being their mentality. They got Dwayne and Roman. They got The Rock and Roman already lined up. That's going to be their mega main event for WrestleMania. Ronda and Becky, that's going to be one of their other main events for WrestleMania. I could see it right now. Bianca versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. Riddle versus Orton, if Orton is cleared, at WrestleMania. Right? And whatever else they want to do with Sheamus and Gunther at WrestleMania. Hopefully. I could see Rollins and Cody being an undercard match for the United States title at WrestleMania. Not for the WWE title. I hope that this isn't the direction that they're going. Hey, we can get Cody on WrestleMania in a big-time title match against Seth Rollins, but it won't be the WWE title. It won't be for the big one. Nobody wants that. Come on. Yes, it's better than nothing. I get it. It's better than nothing, but it's not exactly what we had envisioned, and it's not really the best course of action either. So Seth Rollins is the United States champion. They shot themselves in the foot a week ago. They somehow got out of it with Brock Lesnar. And now we're headed towards a Rollins title reign and a Lashley-Lesnar match at Crown Jewel, which should be very academic. No confusion here. Lashley gets his victory back, and he continues the feud with Seth Rollins for now. And we will have a Rollins United States Championship title reign. Thank you for coming, Bobby Lashley. You did good for the time that we needed you, and we're moving on. Backstage, Saxton approached Lashley, said he's pissed off. He says what Lesnar did was unforgivable. He says he's not done with Seth either, but first he needs to beat Lesnar. He challenged him to show up next week on Raw so I can show the beast that he's nothing but a little bitch. There you go. Elias is coming back to WWE. Yes, not his brother, not Ezekiel, Elias. And it was reported a couple of weeks ago that when the character playing Elias, I forgot his name, grows his hair out, grows his beard out, grows his hair out, that he will be back on television as Elias. It's going to be interesting to see how Triple H booked Elias. All Vince McMahon did with Elias is play guitar, get interrupted, get beat up, and be a very mid-professional wrestler. I know he's better than that, and it's going to be interesting to see how Triple H handles Elias on WWE television, but I love the fact that as soon as Triple H got there, he wrote Ezekiel off the television because it was nothing but Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon garbage and brought back the better of the two gimmicks, which is obviously Elias. Matt Riddle and Sami Zayn. This was the main event of the show. This got the longest time as well. And these two put on a very good match, as they should, because Sami Zayn is great and Matt Riddle is very good at what he does. So, Sami Zayn's out there, and we got a chant of Sammy Uso from New York City. You gotta love New York City. Jay was on the outside with Jimmy. He was there on Roman's word and on Sammy's behalf. Sammy saw Jay trying to interfere in this match. Jay was about to help Sami Zayn win this match. Sami said, no, I got this. Sami Zayn's in control. He's, setting the tone and setting the pace of this match. Jey Uso was about to cost Sami Zayn the match by interfering, potentially getting him disqualified. Sami Zayn said, whoa, what are we doing? I don't need you out here. I don't need you to help me. I got this. So Riddle, he rolled up Sami because he was arguing with Jey on the outside, very close near fall. Riddle head scissored Sami over the top rope out to the floor. Riddle then landed a big floating bro onto Sami. We go to commercial break. Sami landed a top rope sunset flip for a near fall of his own. Riddle caught Sami in a triangle choke. Sami nearly tapped, but then draped his boot over the bottom rope to force the break. Riddle landed a snap power slam, set up a draping DDT. Sami backdropped out of it. Sami rolled out to ringside. Riddle round kicked Sami's chest. Jimmy was about to get involved, and Jay put his arm over Jimmy and stopped him from getting involved, and Jay was laughing. Jay was laughing as Riddle threw a barrage of kicks at Sami. He was laughing at Sami Zayn. Riddle then caught a Blue Thunder Bomb attempt and hit Sami with an RKO out of nowhere for the 1-2-3. This is not going to look good for Jey Uso. Roman's going to watch this back and clearly see what Jey Uso did, and Jey Uso laughing at the honorary Uso, and Roman Reigns is not going to be pleased with this. He's not. And that's going to be the next layer of the story. It's almost as if Jey Uso is going to be excommunicated from the Bloodline. They're going to make Jey Uso feel like he's not worthy of the Bloodline, though he is Bloodline. But Sami Zayn is going to be more Bloodline than Jey Uso, and that's going to cause the rift. And how they are going to reverse roles after that, I don't know. That's where the intrigue comes into play. Sami is being accepted into the Bloodline by Roman more than Jey Uso is. Great. Very good match. I loved that they were on the show tonight, which gives way for Roman not being on Friday, which leaves Friday wide open for Wyndham, for Bray Wyatt, and that's that. So that was the main event of the show. The final segment was really DX. They came out with about 6 minutes left before the top of the hour. They threw glow sticks into the audience. Triple H was with them. Graves was claiming that he was 13 years old all over again. They did crotch chops. X-PAC was on the microphone and asked fans to make some noise and raise some hell. He gave a shout out to China. Road Dogg then did his introduction, referring to themselves as Geriatric X. He introduced himself and held the mic up when he did the New Age Outlaw shtick. Road Dogg, Jesse James, and he held the microphone up to the crowd, and they said, "Badass Billy Gunn." Triple H said, "It smelled funny in here." Road Dogg pointed at some fans and started laughing. That's exactly what they really think of you, by the way. That's exactly what Road Dogg thinks of you. He thinks you're a smelly slob virgin sitting front row at the Barclays Center watching them in the ring. Meanwhile, they should take a look at themselves. He then asked Brooklyn if they're ready. He then did the suck it routine that he usually does. He said he had to pause to catch his breath, which I hope he's okay. Michaels then said, if they're out there in another 25 years doing another reunion, please put them out of their misery. DX music played. They all stood together in the middle of the ring, and that's the way the show went off the air. I love the fact that Triple H didn't take up a lot of time with DX on the show. Yes, it's a DX reunion. Yes, it's Triple H. Yes, it's Shawn Michaels. But the one thing I want to make you guys aware of is that it was a very minimal DX appearance all over the show tonight. They weren't DX heavy. They weren't in 1,000 fucking segments. They didn't overtake the show. Triple H is not like that. It's not about him. It's about the roster. And Triple H really kept it to bare minimum. And I really, really appreciate that. I really do. This was a great Monday Night Raw. It was a fun Monday Night Raw. Some things didn't really make sense. Hopefully, I made sense of them for you. And we got Friday to look forward to, man. Friday, I will be live right here on Off the Script. And we will hopefully see in person Wyndham Rotunda. Bray Wyatt will be in New Orleans on Friday Night SmackDown. And I hope I made sense of why he wasn't on the show. For everybody that might have been disappointed tonight without seeing Bray Wyatt on Raw. Guys, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody here. We had 3,500 in the venue tonight. By far and away, number one in the community. I know we were. I don't even have to look at the stats. Appreciate you guys very much. Hit that thumbs up. We blew past the 1,000 minimum. I need 1,500 minimum. That's the new goal, man. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, 1,500 likes. F5, that fucking thumbs up. F5, that thumbs up, okay? That thumbs up, please. Thank you. Tonight's show sponsored by Manscaped. Michael Myers sure is scary. We got a new fucking Halloween movie coming out, man, on Peacock. It's streaming exclusively on Peacock. I watched last year's Halloween. I'm not watching it. Last year's was terrible. Holy shit. Michael Myers sure is scary. But the last thing you need is to be hairy this Halloween. Luckily, our friends over at Manscaped launched their 4th generation performance package to make sure that your pumpkins get the ultimate carving experience on this spooky day. Turn your bite-sized treat into a king-sized candy and join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code SCRIPT20 at checkout. Make the right call this spooky season. It's trick and not treat. It's trick or trim. You guys are going to get the Performance Package 4.0. You guys are going to get the Lawnmower 4.0, their signature trimmer, advanced skin-safe technology. We got the Weed Whacker as well. It's a total game changer for all those pesky little holes that you can't really get to. Ear and nose hair trimmer. We got the Crop Preserver. We got the Crop Reviver. We got the new Body Buffer, which I'm excited about. 100% antibacterial body scrubber is just what you need to keep fresh and clean this Halloween season. And Manscaped is even throwing in 2 gifts. The Performance Package 4.0 comes with the Boxers, Manscaped Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag, which I think is the best thing of the entire Performance Package, to be quite honest. I take it with me I'm taking it to Ireland with me. Also, they just unleashed the Sheer 2.0 Nail Kit, which I will have this week, and I'll show it off on the show, man. You're going to get all this in the Performance Package 4.0. That is Script20 at checkout. That is manscaped.com. Free shipping and 20% off. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweeny with Manscaped. By the way, if you guys think I write that, I don't. Let's get into the Super Chats, guys. Let's start at the top with the Super Chats. I want to first shout out some new members that seemingly had their memberships not go through. Thanks, YouTube. I want to make sure I get everybody here, man. I love my channel members. I want to shout out Matt Gutierrez, Brandy Houston, Static Shock Girl, Terrence, Timagination, Matt the PWF Fan, Shay Summer, Mr. Williams, Kent Foot, MJF Scarf 93, C Styles, the Handicapable Gamer, and Tom with a new membership. All you guys either resubscribed or new membership, and I appreciate you guys very much. Let's start at the top with the Super Chats. We are going to go with MGM Ballin for the $4.99 Super Chat. Calling up before the show starts. During Miz's birthday celebration, they show footage of Gritty and Loomis walking, but Gritty takes the mask off and it's Ciampa. Now, we didn't get that, bro. We didn't get that at all. Colin Hawkins with a 4. That was a good prediction, though. Colin Hawkins with a $4.49 Super Chat. Hey, Jay, did you see Vince Russo telling Ali to be Jeffrey Dahmer or be a racist cop on Twitter? Well, Vince Russo, bro, clearly doesn't grasp the business anymore, bro. Ryan Heisler with a $10 Super Chat. Hey, JD, I'm just popping in to show some support to the channel. I recently lost my grandfather this past Saturday night. This one hurts the most. I'm glad your mom and Jesse are well. Talk to you on the next chat. Ryan, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I hope your grandfather is in a good place. I hope that your grandfather was just as important to you as mine was to me. And everything's going to be all right, man. Listen, if I could give you any advice, you know, A, my mom has not still gotten over the death of our grandfather, her dad. And the one thing I could tell you is he's always going to be with you, man. Just do exactly what he's taught you, and he will be with you always. That's the most I could say. And I wish my mom was okay. She is not. My mom is actually worse than what I had put on social media a couple of weeks ago. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Styles and the tag team scene got a boost tonight. Yes, they did. Tony Brown with a $5 super chat. Not enough booty meat, but good show. Yeah, man, we got Bayley tonight. I mean, that amounts for something, right? We got Bianca, even though it wasn't bootyful enough. But we got Bayley. Sidro. Who did The Undertaker buy flowers for? His ghoul friend. I like that one, Sidro, but I can see Jesse giving that a one taco. The Script Keeper with a 3-month recommitment. I'm proud to be a VIP for 3 months, and if you're not down with JD, I got 2 words for you. Get out. I like it. Thank you, Sidro, and thank you, Script Keeper. JM with the $5 super chat. He leaves no message. Thank you, JM, for the $5 super chat. Paul Van Tassel with a 23-month membership. I just got a new cat. Her name is Ginger. Got her on October 1st, just 1 year later since my previous cat, Kit, died. I'm sorry to hear that, Paul. Please, from me to you, take very good care of her, man. You'll never get those moments back, man. Cherish every moment. Oh, my boy Kevin Castle's in the chat. What's up, Kev? Tony Brown with a $2 super chat. Miz is so blessed, JD. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know, Tony Brown. Holy shit. Ex Kevin Castle, what he thought of Maurice's outfit, bro. I could have heard his jaw hit the floor all the way from where I am. Sidro, did you hear the joke about the championship at stake in the ladder match? It's over your head. And he leaves me a ha ha ha. Emoji. Thank you, Sidro. I didn't like that one, bro. I like the first one better. Dev to Dust with a $2 super chat. Raw 11/26/2018 was trash. I don't know why we're talking about the November 26th, 2018 Monday Night Raw, bro. What's going on? What's wrong with you, bro? Also, Jaws or Alien? Jaws. JM, there he is. $5 super chat. Was Sasha and Naomi teased as Raw went off the air? Someone held up a big poster with their faces and said the word unity right behind Hunter as Raw closed. I didn't see that. And probably not. That probably means nothing. Gaming in real time with a 3-month recommitment to the VIP club. Thank you, brother. Oh my God, today's Raw was epic. Do you think the drain has been swamped? I think it is amazing. Raw felt like must watch. Wasn't expecting Brock. I don't know, bro. I don't know if the drain is completely swamped yet. Or the swamp is completely drained. I think you got that backwards. The swamp has not been drained, bro. Not yet, completely. Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn are still there, bro. And he really said, do you think the drain has been swamped? No, the swamp needs to be drained, gaming. Sidro with a $5 super chat. Who did Bray Wyatt visit at the beach? Sister Crabigale. Sister Crabigale. Much love to my tribal chief of the IWC. Can't wait for Bray's return on Friday. Yeet, Sidro, yeet. Colby Hampton with a $2 super chat. Love the show. Hate the new announcer's voice. I thought he sucked. Kevin Patrick was awful tonight. Awful. Matt Eagle with a $4.99 super chat. How do you see the OC playing into Survivor Series against Judgment Day? Think we'll still get Edge, Styles, and Rey as a team? Yeah, I do. I don't know what they do. If they add the OC to that, that's 5, and Judgment Day only has 3. Who else do they add up as a part of Judgment Day? I don't know. Joseph Taylor with a $2 super chat. Mets suck. I'm happy the Mets lost. Well, tell me how you really feel, Joseph Taylor. Brandon James Shea with a 2-month super chat. Go Los Angeles Dodgers and New York Yankees. Brandon, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna have to ask you to get out, bro. Really. I mean, for the night at least, get out. Please, just get out. Of all the comments you want to leave me, that's the comment you want to leave me? Captain Solo at a $5 super chat. In your honest opinion, which was the bigger return? CM Punk to AEW last year or Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules? CM Punk. I don't even know why people are comparing this. Why are we comparing who got a louder reaction? I mean, really? Do we have anything else better to do with our lives? Punk was the bigger return. Point blank, period. Grim, Hula Grim with a $5 super chat. Solid Monster is my side chick. Uh-oh. Fuck those other guys. Have fun in Guinness Land. Say hello to Conor McGregor and the lucky leprechaun for us. I will be taking pictures, Hula Grim, and yes, you may go watch Solid Monster for the night until I come back on the following Monday. I am boycotting the IWC podcasts and wrestling post shows until OTS venue opens up again. Are we number one and only, says Ricardo Linnell with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate that, bro. Raymond Gorvey with a $1.99 super chat. JD, isn't Carl Anderson still IWGP Neverweight Champion? Yes. Brandon James Shea, he's got, I thought he was a 3-month member. He says 3 months here, and now he's got a 9-month. Thank you, Brandon. King Mo Jackson, $1.99. So since Bray is back, maybe I'll start watching. I don't know why you haven't watched. Triple H has been there. Richard Williams with a $2 super chat. Hi, JD. Can I get a to the moon? Nick Williams with a $10 super chat. Tonight's Nickster 27 question. My brother told you to get out after that Mets remark. What should I say? And name 5 stars who should be world champion by mid-2023. Five stars who should be champion by mid-2023? In what company? The only one I want to see world champion in WWE is either Edge or Cody. That's it. AEW? I don't know. Bryan Danielson, maybe? And your brother's a Mets fan. What should you tell him? His team sucks. Sure, when the Braves lose, everybody will be saying the same thing. But you know what? We can go. We can both go play golf down at fucking Port St. Lucie. Doesn't matter. We're gonna both end up in the same place. 199 Blacks Bro. What was your favorite NXT Takeover event? New York. Scenario with a $10 super chat. Could you see Raw or Dynamite having a show at the Hammerstein Ballroom anytime in the future? Absolutely. And he says, JD, are you a fan of Cannibal Corpse? Yes, I've seen Cannibal Corpse 8 times in concert. Noah Tacone with a $1.99 super chat. Would you be open to opening up a P.O. box? No. Just something else I have to really pay for, and I don't really want to. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Why can't they just bring Jerry Lawler back? Because Jerry Lawler is old and doesn't really get with the times. That's why. The Script Keeper with a $5 super chat, calling it Mid-Pack is giving it too much credit. By the way, you are right about Kevin Patrick. OTS for life. Yeah, Kevin Patrick did not do a good job tonight, bro. I don't really care what anybody says. He did not do a good job tonight. Oh, but it's only 1 week. No. If I take a sip of beer that I do not like, I am not going to go order the beer the next time I go to that bar. I know I already do not like it. It's the same thing. Can he go and get better? Sure. Does his voice fit Monday Night Raw? No. Do I want to listen to him for 3 hours? No. Harry with a $4.99 and a $1.99. He says, let's go Yankees. Went to this show tonight. I didn't think it was as good as you thought it was. I think the issue is that it's 3 hours. Still enjoyed it. Well, Harry, everybody enjoyed it, bro. Maybe you were thinking about your Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians tomorrow. Tenorio with a $2 super chat. JD, have you ever seen the movie Twins? Yes. Derek Anawai with a $5 super chat. Hey, Oos, what are you drinking? I'm drinking a Liquid Death, bro. You know what I'm drinking. Always. Tomorrow, I'll be drinking an old-fashioned in the afternoon while the Braves and the Phillies play at 1 o'clock. Or maybe I'll just go to the bar and watch the game. It's a good idea. There's a great gastropub about a 15-minute walk from the house. I think I may do that. Spencer Morgan with a $5 super chat. Do you have any favorite game soundtracks from the 90s during Sega Genesis days all the way up until present day? Yes. The Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 soundtrack and Final Fantasy 7. And Chrono Trigger. Not Today Jay with a 2-month membership. Thank you, brother. Do you believe there's a chance Papa H brings back Tegan Knox? Absolutely. I think she's got to work on her visa or her working papers here in the United States. Boz Wrench with a $5 super chat. So is Finn Balor the official leader of Judgment Day after Edge? Because it's been coming across that way as of late. Yes. He is the leader of Judgment Day. Triple M, $1.99 super chat. He says, it's my birthday today. Good show tonight. Much love, OTS. Let's get the birthday cake emojis in the chat for Triple M. Isaac Smith with a $20 super chat. What's up, OTS family? I wanted to comment on something from Extreme Rules. I felt the heartbreak of Edge as he uttered the words, I quit. That man could sell fish to water. Or water to fish, you mean? What's with you guys getting things backwards tonight? These are the emotions I want as a wrestling fan. Isaac, you are correct, bro. Nobody really grasped that yesterday. Or Saturday. Nobody really grasped that. I don't really understand it. I thought what they did was absolutely fantastic. The Three Kings with a $4.99 super chat. if he can help it. Lashley should stop landing on his shoulders from the German suplex so he doesn't sideline himself again. He did it again tonight. You know, Kings, I actually saw that and thought that to myself. I didn't really mention that tonight, but that's a good call. I legitimately said to myself in the back of my, I hope he lands a little bit better, because that's exactly what injured him in the first place. Isaac Smith with a $5 super chat. Ronda Rousey doesn't belong in any wrestle. Ronda Rousey doesn't belong in any WrestleMania, and she doesn't belong in the WWE, period. Max Mello, 94. 199. Possible the bleep was part of Triple H's no cussing. Yeah. Yeah, I get the bleep in the beginning of the show, but I honestly don't think that really played a factor into what the network was doing for the crowd. Nothing should be... A crowd chant like that should not be bleeped out on USA Network. Furious Nation with a 13-month membership. What's up, JD? Glad to be an OTS member for a full year now. #1 podcast in the IWC. Thank you, brother. That means a lot to me, man. Omega Kong, $5 super chat. Just want to wish you a great vacation. Much deserved. See you when you get back. Well, listen, bro. I'll be here. I may stream some Destiny tomorrow night on the second channel. Wednesday, we'll be live with Jesse for Dynamite. There will be extras this week. Friday, I'll be live for SmackDown. Saturday, I will be live with Off the Script in the afternoon around, I would say, around 3 o'clock. 3 p.m. OTS. I'll get everybody ready for it. And then Saturday night, I'm flying out. 9 p.m. New York time, I'm flying out to Ireland. And I'll be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll be back on Thursday. So realistically, I'm missing Monday and Tuesday live streams. That's it. And then Thursday, I'll be back home. And Thursday, when we land, I will probably go live at some point. So we'll make up for it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not. There is a bleep emoji. Cake, there is a bleep emoji. Right here. We got a new member. Bray Wyatt. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a new member. Bray Wyatt. Thank you, bro. Yeah, Triple M, I may stream tomorrow night on the second channel, man. We may gild our Conqueror title tomorrow, man. It's gonna be tough. We'll do some Grandmaster Nightfalls tomorrow night. Jaxo, $50 super chat. Thank you, brother. I love that name, man. Bray Wyatt. Furious. Jaxo, $50. Thank you so much, brother. I see it being Seth versus Johnny Gargano, United States champion at Mania. Also, I love the Triple H era. Also, I can't wait for Friday since I believe Bray will have Liv Morgan join the Wyatt Six since she is undergoing a character change. I hope so, man. I hope we got something happening. It's going to be a long, drawn-out affair, man, when we get the reveals of all these people. Maybe we get something on Friday. I have no idea. Furious with a $20 super chat. Good Raw tonight. Felt like a Raw after Mania for sure. New York is always a great wrestling crowd. Very excited for the 11/21/22 Raw live in Albany, which I'm actually going to be front row. Bro, you better bring a fucking OTS sign then. You better bring an OTS sign, bro, if you're going to be sitting front row. Furious Nation also. Man, what a pop for Gallows and Anderson tonight. Very happy to see them back, even though they know Impact sucks. Very excited to see what Triple H has in store after tonight. Yeah, Triple M, I don't play Trials, bro. Trials is too sweaty. I'm a PvE Hunter main, specifically. Jaxo with the $10 super chat. The OC is back. Let's go. Also, the Triple H era has shown how to book characters and shows correctly, and I have a joke for Impact. Impact is the joke, bro. Impact is the joke. Dr. 12 Cam with a $9.99 super chat. Hi, JD. How's your night going? It's going, bro. I'm in front of you guys, hopefully entertaining you all while you're at home or on your way from work or leaving the strip club or the bar or whatever you're doing on this Monday night, man. My birthday's tomorrow, and I'm turning 21. What drink should I get? Bro, get yourself a nice whiskey on the rocks, bro. Something light, something smooth, something mellow, something that's not gonna sting. I'd recommend an introductory bourbon. Bullet bourbon. Not rye whiskey. Bullet bourbon whiskey. If you want to add a splash of club soda to it to dumb down the harshness of it, there you go. Miss Joker with an Australia mate. $2 super chat. Who will join the Wyatt family? Who do you think? I don't know, Miss Joker. I know I've talked about this on Saturday. I talked about it on Sunday. We could have Dexter Lumis, Baron Corbin, Tommaso Ciampa, Liv Morgan, Joe Gacy, Bo Dallas. Could be anybody. Could be anybody. That's the great thing about it. Could be anybody. And yes, Dr. 12 Cam, make sure that it's a round, one sphere round of ice. Not cubed ice, not fucking crushed ice. You gotta go to a place that does it right, bro. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. Kevin Patrick, I thought, was mid tonight, if I'm honest. Would you replace him with someone like Matt Stryker if he's a free agent? Also, thoughts on the New York Giants. Furious, I do not watch NFL. I couldn't care less. And Matt Stryker, no. No, I don't think Matt Stryker is going to fit in WWE. Jaxo with a $5 super chat. I love the fact that the Android has continued to stay off my TV. The New York Yankees stink, and go Phillies. All right, we'll see, man. Yankees are not going to have a cakewalk to the World Series, man. They got a lot of good teams to go after. Pabman1 with a $2 super chat. He leaves no message. Thank you, Pabman1. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. Also, I don't think I told you this yet, but I've been looking for a dog ever since my grandparents' dog sadly died this past May. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. And do you see Bray feuding on SmackDown with Roman? No, I do not. Nate25 with a $4.99 super chat. If Wyatt feuds with Roman, he's got to win the title. Nate25, $4.99 super chat. Can we get a Vic Joseph impression of him calling an Impact show? Oh! Trey Miguel! Ah! Stephen Wynyard, $2 super chat. Why they let Tom Phillips go, I will never know. The Visionary with a $2 super chat. The Visionary with a $2 super chat.
My precious, my United States title, little hobbits. My precious.
There you go. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. One of my good friends, John, who I've been very good friends with since 2010, stopped watching WWE in 2011. And ever since Triple H took over, he's been watching the product again. This is the Triple H effect, bro. Yeah. It's real. It is real, Furious. Scorpio 1117 with $2 super chat. I didn't know Post Malone came back to WWE. The Three Kings with a $4.99 super chat. Liv should turn heel and get an enforcer. That's what Rhea was for her in a way. Well, I mean, we can't get Rhea. I honestly think Liv is going to go to Bray Wyatt, to be quite honest with you. Gaming in real time with a New Zealand $2 super chat. Do you think that Brock is a heel again? I don't know, man. It's going to be tough to... It's going to be tough to book Brock as a heel, man. Brock is going to get those babyface reactions for sure. So we'll see. I think he's going to be a babyface no matter what. They'll both be babyfaces. I mean, how could you boo Bobby Lashley? I mean, Bobby Lashley's been positioned great. He's a badass. He's legit. They're going to get equal amounts of fanfare going into this match. And Tony Brown with a $2 super chat. Have a safe trip, JD. Tony Brown, my brother. The master of booty meat. Thank you, brother. Ricardo Linnell with the $2 super chat. JD, you get Omos over more than he can on his own. I know. I know, bro. I know all about it. That's why Omos has me blocked on social media. Anyway, guys, what a review, man. We hit 3,500 people tonight. Thank you guys very much. Furious Nation with a $50 super chat. Also, bro, have a blast in Ireland. Be safe. Can we get...
Oh no, Omos! Oh no!
Anyway, guys, listen, I'm getting out of here, man. I gotta finish up. I'm gonna go lay on the couch and watch some Food Network. Appreciate you guys. 3,500 in the venue tonight. We had 1,500 likes. Thank you for the super chat love. Thank you for the recommitments to the VIP club. Thank you guys so very much. You will probably get an extra in your sub boxes tomorrow. No NXT because the show sucks. And I gotta listen to Booker T. No, thank you. I will probably do some second channel gaming tomorrow night, man. Around that time. And we will play some Destiny. Do some Grandmaster Nightfalls, man. Some higher level PvE activity. Anyway, guys, you know what time it is, man. I need the thumbs up. I need you to hit that subscribe. I need you to follow me on social media. I need those rock on emojis in the chat. And I need that music on max. Guys, I will see you all back live in the venue Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.